Hello YouTube, Disco Duck V2 here, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. So if you're expecting amazing graphics and loads of laser beams shooting across the screen, that isn't going to happen. I'm not a very good video editor, you just enjoy this, it's just a discussion. Anyway, first off, this is purely my opinion, nobody else's opinion. Agree with it, disagree with it, it's up to you. You know, if you hate it, then you hate it. If you like it, then great, you like it. But yeah. Let's talk about Goku versus Saitama, shall we? Lately I've been reading on YouTube in the comments and everything like that, on other people's videos and everything, that mostly people who support Goku, they use the phrase, oh, Goku can do pretty much anything because he's a god. Do you really think a human could be a god? God this, god that, he's a god, whatever. But let me tell you something, we all know that Goku has limits, he's a limit breaker, he has limits, and therefore his god form has limits. That's just the way it is, he's a limit breaker, that's just the way it is. Saitama, as far as we know, has no limits. No limits as far as we know, so therefore, if you think about it, even a human can be a god. You know, it's not impossible, you know. For those people who keep saying, oh, Goku's God, he's powerful because he's God this, God that. It doesn't really matter. A human can be a god if he has limitless power. And if you disagree with that, then you really are butthurt about most things. Especially this, because, yeah, you shouldn't be watching this if you don't, because I think Saitama would absolutely destroy Goku. Yeah, maybe it wouldn't take one punch, maybe it wouldn't take 10 punches, but he would eventually beat Goku. That's the way it is. Just look at the fight against Saitama versus Boris, for example. You could say, oh, he didn't beat him in one punch, therefore he's not the one punch man, and therefore his power is, you know, ridiculously weak and everything like that. But no, Saitama, every enemy he's fought before Boros, he didn't need to use his power. He didn't need to, because his weakest punch was enough for any enemy. And then when he went against Boris, he used his weakest punch, and it didn't work. In that sense, you know, you would put a little bit more force behind a punch the next time, or a little bit more force behind a punch, and then you keep doing that until you have, like, the strongest punch ever. And you can, you know, split atoms, I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, it's the same thing with Goku. If Saitama punched Goku the first time, he used his weakest punch first time, and it didn't kill him straight away, because Goku's pretty durable. He could take a hit. He could definitely take a hit. He used his weakest punch against him the first time, and it didn't work. Saitama will come back the next time with a bit stronger punch, and then a bit stronger, and a bit stronger, and a bit stronger, and it'll go like that until Goku, you know, will just obliterate, because there's just no way he can keep handing out, you know, getting hit by punches that are going to keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger until your body just gives out. It's just not possible. The way I see it, when people say that Goku is a god, therefore he is, you know, invincible, it's no, he's got limits. Goku has limits, he's not invincible. He's been killed many times. You know, you can see that in the anime, which is a great anime. If you haven't, you can go watch it now. Dragon Ball Z, go watch it. Whatever, it's great. Go watch it. Kiss Anime, free. Go watch it. And same for One Punch Man too. Go watch it. But anyway, Goku has limits, and you know, eventually those limits will be beaten by somebody with limitless power. As far as we know, One Punch Man, again, even in the manga, even in the anime, it is still pretty new. We don't know much about Saitama, and that's just a fact. Eventually, somewhere down the line, maybe he has something that's like kryptonite to him for Superman. We don't know yet. We haven't got that far, so therefore, in his infancy, we just have no idea about Saitama. He's the mystery man, and that's the way it is. But against Goku, he's not going to stand a chance. It's just not. I can't see. And you could debate that, you know, Goku could use instant transmission, send him in somewhere into space, and then he would die by his breath. But is that Goku beating him, or is that space beating him? I know you can debate about that one, but yeah, Goku in my eyes. Right, see, now this comment here is going to get a lot of hate from you, and you're going to be like, yeah, I hate you, Disco Duck. You're an ass for saying that about Goku. But the way I see it is, Goku is almost like a demigod, and let me explain why. Gods have no limits. Goku does have limits, right? So therefore, in a sense, he's kind of half a god and not a god fully. Because you think of God, you know, you pray at night, oh, Almighty Jesus, God this, you know, God that, I love you, God. You think of God in the sky as an almighty being, and it is something with no, he can do absolutely anything, no power, you know, there are no limits to his power. He can do absolutely anything. That's what God is. But Goku does have limits. Even in his God form, he still has limits, you know. For example, Beerus. And Beerus is a god. We know he's a god, right? But even Beerus has limits. He is not the ultimate fighting force you think he is. He is still flesh and blood, and yeah, he can die. You know, there is a limit to his godly power. There is a limit to his godly power. It can be beat, and eventually, in the manga, in Dragon Ball Super, Goku will probably surpass Beerus. That is just my, you know, expectation, but Goku is a limit breaker, and you know he will surpass Beerus. That's just fact. Well, I wouldn't say it's fact. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. That's purely my opinion. Again, don't hate. As again, this is my first video, so don't hate. But hate if you want. I don't. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've got to say. You know. Enough with the, oh, he's God, he's divine, he's not, he's this, that and the other. He's not. He's got limits. Gods don't have limits, so therefore he's not. He's more demigod status than God status. And a human, even though he is a human, Saitama has no limits, and so far as we know, and he will, no matter how you put it, he's going to surpass Goku. That's just fact. And it may take one punch or a billion punches, but the way I see it, Goku just doesn't stand a chance. Again, this is purely my opinion. I can't stress that enough. I don't want to get hate mail and all that sort of stuff, but and in fact I don't mind. I relish a challenge. Come on, bring it to me. But yeah, enjoy. I want you to debate. I want to see the comments about this. I want to see, you know, if you prove me wrong. You know, if you find something in the manga that says Goku is, you know, doesn't have any limits, and he is pure divine being, then, you know, and likewise by Saitama, you know, if you think Saitama, you know, will get absolutely pooped on, then by all means, yeah. The only weakness I see for Saitama is that he's got, you know, his weakness is sales, you know, so if Goku, you know, become a shopkeeper somewhere and said that this is 95% off, maybe Goku would stand a chance, but until then, yeah. I've been Disco Duck V2. I hope you enjoyed my very first video. If you want me to do some more, then yeah, I'll gladly do some more. I want your opinions, so yeah. Thank you very much. Enjoy.